It's top 14 time. Hi everyone, Miranda here. So welcome to my top 14 books of 2014. I have never done like a top 14 list like for any year, so this is really exciting. As you can see behind me, I have 14 fabulous books which I've highly enjoyed this year. This year in terms of my reading, I haven't read as much as I would have liked to because I was in my final year of school, and then now with the Christmas holidays, you know, coming to an end, going into the new year, I just have not had as much time to read as, you know, I would have liked. These books are books that have either come out this year or have come out like in previous years, but I have gotten the chance to read this year. My first top 14 book is Silver Shadows. Now, my copy of Silver Shadows is at a friend's house right now. I don't have it with me here, like physically, but I'll show you it here. This is the 5th installment in the Bloodline series. I absolutely love Bloodline. Spin-off to the Vampire Academy series with the character of Sydney, and you also get Adrian and Jill and Eddie. I really loved Silver Shadows. Now I'm hanging out for the last installment, which is coming out next year. I'm super excited to read it. My next top 14 book is The Geography of You and Me by Jennifer E. Smith. If you like little romances, you know, teenage love, kind of first love, I recommend this. It's a really cute story. You have this guy called Owen, and he like lives in the basement. His dad works at the hotel, and then you have Lucy, and kind of she lives on the 24th floor. You know, she's rich. Then one day in New York, there's this giant heat wave. All the power, you know, goes out. When the power goes out, Lucy ends up being stuck in an elevator with Owen. From then on, you know, they meet and they kind of fall in love. But during that year, you know, their life takes them to different places in the world. It's like, will they ever get together because they're always separated? I was just like glued from this book from start to finish. It's really short. It's a simple and easy read, and this was definitely one of my top 14 books. Temptation by Karen Ann Hopkins. I loved, this is a trilogy, right? My thoughts were mixed going into this. It's a love story between an Amish guy and a non-Amish girl. I found the whole Amish thing so interesting to read about because you don't really get that in books, and I just really liked their love story. The Revenge of Seven by Pittacus Law. This is the 5th installment in the you know, the I'm Number 4 series, and I need the next book. I need the last book. Revenge of Seven was really good. City of Heavenly Fire. Mortal Instruments wrapped up this year, you know, the original series. This is the 6th book, the last book, and it was a giant. This was like my biggest book of the year, I think. Conclusion was fantastic. Not wait for Lady Midnight now, the next generation after this of Shadowhunters. Landline by Rainbow Rowell. I like Rainbow Rowell. So yeah, I also read Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. This was the year I got introduced to this author. Fangirl, I didn't mind it, but I actually liked Landline so much better. I recommend these to you if you like those kind of time travel books. This tells the story of Georgie, and Georgie's marriage is in trouble. You know, she still loves her husband, but you know, she's in that kind of in her life where she doesn't know what to do. And you know, it's Christmas time, and 2 days before Christmas, you know, you're supposed to go with her husband to his family for Christmas, as you have commitments on Christmas. Then at the end, she's like, nah, I want to stay in Los Angeles. Her husband goes, you know, he takes the kids, and then that night she discovers a way to communicate with her husband in the past, like when he was young, like past husband. Really interesting concept, and I highly enjoyed it. Every Breath by Ali Marty. I absolutely love Ali Marty. She's an Australian author. She actually sent me some stuff this year, which I still have. This is the first book in the series. Basically, it tells the story of Rachel. And Rachel has just moved from the country to Melbourne. Mycroft is her neighbour, and he's really interested in like forensic science, and they end up kind of having to solve this murder mystery. I read If I Stay this year, and I loved it. This is in my top 14 list. If I Stay also became a movie this year. Mia, you know, she's about to die. She's in that kind of limbo between life and death after this car accident. It's all about, will she stay or will she go? You know, will she die? It was a great read, and the author this is Gale Forman. If you love time travel books with beautiful covers, recommend this book, Ruby Red. It's a trilogy. Ruby Red was absolutely wicked. We don't really hear a lot about female time travelers. When I found out about this book, I had to order it because in Australia it went under a different title. It was all horrible. Tandem by Anna Jazib. I'm not one for parallel universes sometimes, but this could easily understand the whole parallel universe concept about this girl called Sasha. She, in a parallel universe, is a princess. In the parallel universe, herself as a princess goes missing. So then this guy from this parallel universe, I forgot his name, comes from that parallel universe through the tandem to her universe, catches her from her universe and takes her to the other parallel universe. From then on, he has to kind of train her, you know, to be the princess, so they can find Sasha in this other universe.
That sounds confusing, but if you read the book, trust me, it's not confusing.
It's the first in the Many Worlds trilogy, and I cannot wait till Tether, and I think that's coming out next year. I really also enjoyed the conclusion to The Immortal Rules by Julie Kagawa, and that was Forever Song.
That ending.
This is one of the books I was so excited to get, you know, this year. And if you like vampire books, but they're vampire books done right, look up Immortal Rules by Julie Kagawa. Anna and the French Kiss, and this is by Stephanie Perkins. This was a cute little read. It's about this girl called Anna, and she lives in Atlanta. Co-worker, you know, she has a crush on her co-worker, and that co-worker starts to return her affection. Then she is sent to boarding school for a year. In boarding school, she meets this other new guy, and he becomes her best friend that he's taken. Sorry, I can't really say more than that, but read this book, Every Day by David Levington. This was like a mind twist of a book. It's basically about, I don't even know what it is. It's like a soul, it's like a thing. It's called A. Every morning, A wakes up in the body of a new person, and that can be like any person. Anywhere in the world, kind of just anyone. A person is like taken over for the day by A. And then A wakes up in the body one day of this guy and ends up falling in love that day with this girl. You know, but A can only stay in the body of that person for a day, and then the next day, you know, he finds himself in another body, and it can be boy or girl. Last book in my top 14 books of the year, Obsidian. Love this book. This was so good. I love this book. If you like little alien romances, definitely read this. I'll read you the blurb. When we moved to West Virginia right before my senior year, I pretty much resigned myself to thick accents, dodgy internet access, and a whole lot of boring, until I spotted my hot neighbour with his looming height and eerie green eyes. Things were looking up, and then he opened his mouth. Damon is infuriating, arrogant, stab-worthy. We do not get along at all, but when a stranger attacks me and Damon literally freezes time with a wave of his hand while something unexpected happens. You heard me, alien. Turns out Damon and his sister have a galaxy of enemies wanting to steal their abilities. Really great book, and this is a series as well. These lovelies are my top 14 books for 2014, plus Silver Shadows, but it's not physically here at the moment. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Tell me your favourite books of this year, or books that, you know, you have read this year but have come out in previous years. What books are you looking forward to most getting in the new year? I am Miranda. Thank you so much for watching. See ya!